So essentially a call to inaction. I mean, it seems to me a technique to discourage. I mean, that might be a strong word, but I mean, I guess that's the reality of it. To kind of discourage poorly aligned prospects from clicking or actually taking action. You're saving everybody time, saving everybody energy, money, right?
Yep. You hit it dead on. At one point, we had a customer that whose product was custom golf chambers that he would install in people's garages, and it was tailored for fairly wealthy people. And we had a really great sales meeting with him, or digital marketing meeting with him, and had some exciting strategies. And at the end of it, he said, well gosh, I'm just going to be getting a bunch of calls. I don't want that. I thought, who in the world doesn't want a bunch of calls?
Okay.
But what he meant is that 90% of the people that will see this thing will go, oh my God, I want a golf chamber. And they're going to call and find out that they're not as wealthy as they need to be to own this thing. The product starts kind of in the $50,000 range. And at that moment, we said, well, why in the world don't you here's what we'll do. We'll put it right on your homepage, starting at 50,000. And for people that's out of the question, they're not going to click on it, or they're not going to call you. And for people that are expecting a $50,000 or more solution, are going to think you're consistent with what they were imagining. So you've strengthened your sell for the target community and weakened it for the community you're trying to exclude.
You know, that's an awful lot of money to spend just to not be embarrassed when you go to Topgolf.
It's to keep you from going to Topgolf and get embarrassed.
When I go, I just put it out of my head that there's people to my left and my right, and when I hit a ball and I shank it and almost take somebody's head off. I mean, that's why you sign the whole liability disclaimer thing we showed. That's a part of it.
You don't need the $50,000 model, David.
Maybe one day. So what are some examples? You know, we got the golf chamber example. What are some other examples of call to inaction?
You know, it comes up with almost every customer. And it's interesting because it is very much just emerging. I have to imagine at some point Google will start to incorporate these features as people get wise to it. Trying to think of other examples. It comes into play with almost every case. With paid advertising, it is very, very common because there is always for most businesses, there is a target niche that they really want to go after, but there's also a world of people that they're not going to turn away work from. But the distinction in many cases between the high value, heavily qualified lead and the other lead is I've lost my train of thought there. If you're dealing with David, remind me can you ask me the question again? I apologize.
Actually, I think we got a little sheet here from brainstorming. So examples of clients. So here's some great examples here, right? I mean, they seem to me really great examples. So using language like quality, expert, strategic, or agency, I could see that, it applied to even like our kind of line of work. Admittedly, some folks consider like the type of work we do, whether it's SEO or web development, is almost like a commodity, right? Like if one person does it or a different person does it, it's all the same, right? Really, all that matters is price. I mean, that's not true at all. I mean,
right.
Sophisticated work. So when you start using language in your ads, I imagine like strategic. Whoa, strategic sounds nice, but that sounds expensive. Is it?
Yeah, that's a great. You're right. That is exactly kind of where I was going. Words like that, and those do work in our business. A word like enterprise or strategic or expert to many people send a signal of, oh, that's going to cost a lot of money because they know the quality and expertise are but if the marketing is focused on those buzzwords and not on being inexpensive, you can bet what the outcome, what they're trying to sell, something that's expensive but has really great features. So people that are price shopping, spot those words and are very careful not to click on an ad that mentions enterprise because they know that just means lots and lots of money. In our case, and with enterprise customers, they know they're an enterprise. They know they're more challenging to deal with, and they, also tend to have more budget, for those kind of challenges. So it works out perfect for us to channel in that direction.
I don't know if enterprise is more challenging. They're just misunderstood, Tom. They're okay. Right. Now everybody's got different types of challenges, right? So at an enterprise level, you're thinking about different things than somebody who's at the local level. Yeah, I mean,
That's right. That's right.
that kind of speaks to a call in action there too, right? I mean, think like, that's, maybe like our entirely US based team or something like that. No offshoring.
Yep,
I mean, that's kind of like a value driver. If you think about it, like maybe some people that's the kind of team they want to work with.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So often it is trying to, establish that value driver that is distinct from, from your competitors, but also will resonate better with the right customers that you have. So call to inaction is a little misleading in that regard. That it is not exactly the opposite of a call to action, which is telling you to do something. We don't physically go, don't call us. We do it in a more roundabout method in the spirit of marketing by being positive about it.